Our channel is 100% focused on stories like this, giving you valuable information the media hides from you. Please, so you don't miss videos like this, subscribe to the channel and leave your like. This helps our work a lot. We'd like to think the internet was a natural evolution of science and technology, a tool developed to connect the world, to share knowledge, and to empower humanity. But what if everything you've been told about the origins of the internet is a lie? What if this vast, omnipresent network was never intended purely for communication or education? While the public story highlights research and innovation, some suggest its hidden purpose went far deeper: surveillance, influence, and the subtle molding of human behavior on a global scale. Consider the speed at which the internet spread. By the 1990s, billions of people were online, sharing thoughts, ideas, and personal data. To many, it appeared organic, unstoppable, and beneficial. Yet some researchers suggest that such rapid adoption was no accident. Governments and agencies could harness this network to monitor citizens, shape opinions, and subtly guide behavior without their knowledge. Every search, every click, every social interaction online leaves a digital trace. Google, Facebook, and other platforms track preferences, patterns, and tendencies. The argument here is chilling. If a network is designed to collect data on such an unprecedented scale, it becomes a tool for influence. And who better to exploit it than an agency experienced in psychological operations? The CIA, throughout the 20th century, had already experimented with mind control techniques. MKUltra, the infamous program, explored manipulation of thought, memory, and perception. The techniques may have evolved, but the principle remains. If you can influence information and control the channels through which it flows, you can influence the minds of entire populations. The internet allows this on a scale never before possible. Social media algorithms determine what we see, feeding us content designed to provoke emotion, reinforce bias, and even polarize societies. If left unchecked, these systems shape our worldview subtly, conditioning us to respond in ways we barely notice. Could this be the ultimate evolution of mind control? Consider online advertising. Every banner, video, and promoted post is a calculated attempt to influence behavior. But beyond selling products, these methods can be used to influence beliefs, decisions, and perceptions. A tool created to connect people becomes a mechanism of subtle manipulation, shaping thoughts without conscious awareness. Search engines, too, shape reality. The results presented reflect curated narratives. Questions asked online may yield selective answers, guiding conclusions while masking alternative viewpoints. When a single network filters knowledge for billions, the power to influence culture, politics, and social thought becomes nearly absolute. Even the rise of social movements can be traced to digital influence. Viral campaigns, trending hashtags, and orchestrated narratives appear spontaneous, but are often guided by unseen forces. Analysts and whistleblowers suggest that intelligence agencies and private contractors monitor and sometimes manipulate these currents to maintain control, test influence techniques, and observe public reaction. The architecture of the internet itself suggests centralization of power. Although marketed as decentralized, core servers, key routing points, and massive data centers concentrate control in the hands of few. Governments and agencies, particularly those with historical ties to intelligence programs, reportedly have direct access to these nodes, allowing oversight and intervention at will. Content moderation is another tool of influence. Platforms decide which ideas are amplified, which are silenced, and which are flagged as misinformation. Critics argue that this creates a reality where only sanctioned narratives thrive, and dissenting opinions are suppressed, shaping perception to align with hidden agendas. Theories suggest the internet also enables psychological experimentation. Algorithms can test emotional responses, track reactions, and refine manipulation strategies. Millions unknowingly participate in experiments designed to observe behavior, from mood shifts to political alignment. The implications are profound. Digital life becomes a laboratory, humanity itself the subject. Consider surveillance programs revealed over the past decades. From PRISM to other classified initiatives, governments monitor online activity globally, while presented as measures of security. These programs demonstrate the feasibility of using the internet as a tool to gather intelligence, predict behavior, and intervene. The line between observation and influence becomes blurred. The CIA's alleged involvement goes further back than most realize. Early contracts with research institutions, universities, and tech companies may have set the foundation for a network designed with dual purposes: communication and covert control. Every innovation in networking technology could have been a step toward refining the capacity for mass influence. Even encryption, touted as protection of privacy, may serve the narrative of choice while the actual systems remain compromised. If those in power maintain backdoors, then the illusion of freedom masks surveillance and influence. The more connected we become, the more vulnerable our thoughts and actions are to unseen guidance. Social engineering is another tool. Memes, viral content, and trending narratives shape societal norms subtly. Through repetition, selective exposure, and emotional engagement, populations can be directed, often without realizing they are being nudged. The internet amplifies these techniques to unprecedented scale, echoing the principles once explored only in covert programs like MKUltra. Consider the role of recommendation algorithms. Platforms decide which videos, articles, and posts appear next, subtly guiding exploration and learning. Users believe they choose freely, yet their journey through information is curated. Over time, repeated nudges influence political alignment, consumption habits, and even beliefs about reality itself. The network effect intensifies this power. Every connection, friend, and follower increases reach and magnifies influence. Ideas spread exponentially, often bypassing critical thought. Intelligence agencies, according to theorists, exploit this dynamic, shaping collective consciousness in ways that remain invisible yet profound. Even misinformation campaigns can serve dual purposes, sowing confusion while testing reaction patterns. By observing engagement, response times, and emotional responses, researchers may refine strategies to control perception at scale. The internet becomes both the battlefield and the laboratory for mass psychological influence. The evolution of AI and predictive analytics only heightens these capabilities. Modern systems can anticipate behavior, suggest actions, and even simulate human interaction. Such tools, the line between voluntary choice and subtle coercion becomes indistinguishable. The internet, in this view, is not neutral. It is an instrument of influence, observation, and control. Historical events take on new context under this theory. Elections, protests, market fluctuations, and social movements may not be spontaneous, but influenced by online guidance. The ability to shift public opinion digitally represents a form of power previously unimaginable, a tool for shaping outcomes without deploying armies or legislation. Consider the pervasive nature of the internet in daily life. Work, education, entertainment, relationships, nearly every aspect of human experience now flows through digital networks. Dependency creates opportunity. The more reliant we are, the more influence can be exerted, often invisibly, making consent and awareness secondary to design and control. Even dissent can be monitored and manipulated. Platforms track radical ideas, political activism, and unconventional thinking. It's not only suppressing, but sometimes co-opting these movements to serve broader agendas. Opposition becomes part of the experiment, feeding data back to those who control the network. The alleged CIA connection explains the structure, funding, and initial secrecy surrounding the internet. Far from a purely academic or technological breakthrough, the network may have been conceived as a social experiment from the start, a digital matrix designed to observe, influence, and shape humanity. The consequences are staggering. If the internet is a tool of mass influence, then every interaction is part of a larger experiment. Every click a data point, and every opinion potentially guided. What we take as free expression may instead be a carefully curated performance, then a system designed to shape thought and behavior. Understanding this possibility changes everything. The internet ceases to be a neutral tool. It becomes a mirror reflecting the ambitions of unseen forces, a laboratory of behavior, and perhaps the most advanced instrument of control ever created. Awareness is the first step toward reclaiming autonomy. Our channel is 100% focused on stories like this, giving you valuable information the media hides from you. Please, so you don't miss videos like this, subscribe to the channel and leave your like. This helps our work a lot.